Good morning all. Today I am going to explain about the unit 2 P block elements. So this is the periodic table. So it contains 18 groups and the 7 periods. So the first two group we are calling it as S block elements. So first group is alkali metals, second group is the alkali earth metals. So this one already we learned in our 11th standard. So the group 3 to 12 we are calling it as the transition elements, that is D block elements. So the group 13 to 18 we are calling it as the P block elements. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about the P block elements only. So the group 13, we are calling it as the boron group. Group 14, we are calling it as the carbon group. Group 15, we are calling it as the nitrogen group. Group 16, we are calling it as the oxygen group. So group 17, we are calling it as halogens. So the group 18, we are calling it as the noble gases or the inert gases. So this is the P block elements. So it is present in the right side of the periodic table. So the group 13 to 18 we call it as the P block elements. So this is group 13. So the group 13 starts with element boron. So the group 13 contains boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. So group 14 start with carbon. So carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and the lead. So group 15 we call it as the nitrogen group. So it contains nitrogen. The group 15 contains nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. So group 16 we call it as oxygen group. So the group 16 contains oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and the polonium. So group 17 we call it as halogens. So the group 17 elements are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. So the group 18 we call it as the inert gases or the noble gases. So the group 18 contains helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. So the elements in which their last electron enters into the p orbital. So the elements that valence last electron means we are calling it as the valence electron. So that last electron enters into the p orbital. So only we are calling it as the p block elements. So this p block elements have general electronic configuration ns2, np 1 to 6. So they are placed in the group 13 to the 18 in the periodic table. So this block contains non-metals, metals and the metalloids. For example, boron is a metalloid, carbon is a non-metal, so and the nitrogen is a non-metal, so aluminum is a metal. So the P block elements contains metals, non-metals and metalloids. So the elements of the block on their compounds play an important role. So the P block contains the more important metals, for example oxygen. So without oxygen we can't survive in the earth. So next one is aluminium. So we are using aluminium in day-to-day life. So for making utensils, so for making machinery, for more things we are using the aluminium. So next example is the silicon and the germanium. So the semiconducting nature of that element such as silicon and the germanium so are used in the field of modern electronics. So in this chapter we are going to learn about the properties of boron, carbon and the nitrogen. So next one is the electronic configuration. So the general electronic configuration of P block elements is ns2, np 1 to 6. The elements of each group have similar outer shell electronic configuration. So general outer configuration means so ns2, np 1 to 6 and they differ only in the value of n. So value of n means here refers to the principal quantum number. So for example, take boron. So boron that this period n is equal to 2. So for aluminium, N is equal to 3. So for gallium, this period N is equal to 4. So indium, N is equal to 5. So thallium, so N is equal to 6. So the N value varies in the each period. So the elements of group 18, 18 we are calling it as the noble gases or the inert gases. So in this how completely filled p orbital. So the electrons are fully filled. So the electron are not involved in that chemical reaction. So we are calling it as inert gases. So hence they are more stable. So and have least reactivity. So the elements of this block show variable oxidation state and their highest oxidation state. So is equal to the total number of electrons. So next one is oxidation number. So oxidation number means, so it tells that whether the element is loss or gain of electron in that particular reaction. So for example, take NaCl. So Na and Cl. So Na is in zero oxidation state now. So Na zero oxidation state here. So Cl also having zero oxidation state. So both are reacting. So in that reaction, the Na gives its one electron to the chlorine. So it changes into plus state. So that the chlorine gains one electron from the sodium, it changes into the minus. So it is sodium gives one electron. So the chlorine accepts one electron. So that one element gains one electron. We are gaining the electron means we call it as a reduction. So an element loss electron means we call it as the oxidation. So which group loses electron more or gain electron more? So that one we are call it as the group oxidation state. So we are calculating the highest oxidation state based on the valence electron in that element. So valence electron means the electron which are present in the outermost orbit. We are call it as the valence electron. So the S block elements shows only positive oxidation state. So but some P block elements show negative oxidation states also. So the group 13, see the tabular column now. So group 13 we are call it as the icosagens. So group 14 we are call it as tetragens. Group 15 we are call it as pnictogens. Group 16 we are call it as chalcogens. Group 17 we are call it as halogens. Group 18 we are call it as the inert gases. So this is the electronic configuration of the group 13 to 18. So this is that oxidation state of that. So this is the oxidation state of the group 13. So group 13, so in the chemical reaction, group 13 elements releases the 3 electron. So we are so plus 3 oxidation state. So the like group 14 plus 4 oxidation state, group 15 plus 5 oxidation state. So that means it releases in the chemical reaction, it releases this much of electrons. So group 13 also have plus 1 oxidation state. For example, take boron. So the boron electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. So it is possible to release that 3 electron in that chemical reaction. So it is plus 3 oxidation state. For example, take carbon. So the carbon oxidation electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So in the chemical reaction, so it releases its 4 valence electron. So it's in the +4 oxidation state. For example, take nitrogen. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So it's releasing its 5 electrons. So we call it as +5 oxidation state. So in oxygen, electronic configuration is so 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So it has the electronic configuration so +6. So the halogens, the fluorine is in the -1 oxidation state because it easily, so its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. So one electron is less than the neon. So it immediately gains 1 electron from that other element. So and goes to that inert gas state. So next one is that inert gases. Its electronic configuration, for example, take neon. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Here all the orbitals are completely filled. So it's not involved in the chemical reaction. So we are calling it as the chemically inert. So this one we are calling it as the inert gases. So next one is the metallic nature. So the tendency of an element to form a cation by losing that electron, we are calling it as the electropositive or the metallic character. So this character depends on the ionization energy. So ionization energy means, so if you are supplying energy to that compound means, so the minimum energy required to remove the most loosely bound electron. So we are calling it as the ionization energy. So generally on descending down the group, so ionization energy decreases. So and the metallic character becomes increases. So why the ionization energy decreases means, so because of the increase in the atomic radius. So the metallic character becomes increases. So in the group 13, so this point, the elements of group 13 having metallic character except the first metal, boron. So in the 13th group, the first metal is boron. So this metal is boron is a metalloid. So the remaining aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium are the metals. So metalloid means the having the properties intermediate between the metal and the non-metals. The atomic radius of the boron is very small and it has relatively high nuclear charge. So that only it is responsible for the non-metallic character. So in the subsequent groups, the non-metal character increases. So that the carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, all that metals, all the elements are non-metals here. So the group 14, carbon is a non-metal. So while silicon and the germanium are the metalloids. So in the group 15, nitrogen, phosphorus are the non-metal. Remaining arsenic and the antimony are the metalloids. So in the group 16, oxygen, sulfur and the selenium are non-metals. So and the tellurium is a metalloid. So all the elements of group 17 and the 18 are non-metals. So on descending down the group, the metallic character becomes increases.